Hey guys, this is Henry from BRE Finance, and we're going to go over how to calculate the total monthly mortgage payment. So, when you purchase a home, your payment is made up of not just the principal and interest, but also a few other items, which are the taxes, the insurance, and the assessment. So, the principal and interest is the fixed payment that you will pay over 30 years, and it's generally driven by the size of the loan and the interest rate. So, let's put in, for example, here, $955. Your taxes are a yearly sum, and they will be paid for. They will be taken into escrow every month and rolled up in the monthly payment. And for this, we're going to be calculating the monthly payments. So we'll say your taxes are $500 a month or $6,000 a year. And for the insurance, that's normally, again, every year, and it's paid for into your escrow with the total payment. And for this, we'll say it is about $80 a month. And if you have HOA assessments, you can include that too. If you have a condo, you might be paying $100, $300 a month. Really depends if you have an HOA. If you're in a single family home, you generally won't have an HOA. So we'll leave this blank for now, but you can put it in there when I leave this with the notes. And down here is a breakdown of the mortgage payment. 62% is made of the principal and interest, 33% of the taxes, and 5% of the insurance. And a quick way to remember this is PITIA. So principal and interest, taxes, insurance, and assessments if they're there. Over here, I built out a quick mortgage calculator, and you can see approximately how much your mortgage will be. So we put in a $240,000 mortgage, and the term is 30 years. And the interest rate is 3.5%. And right here it breaks down the interest and the principal of the mortgage, but the mortgage payment always stays fixed. So there's 360 periods because it's 12 months and 30 years, and the mortgage or the interest and the principal will change as time passes. So let's look at payment 1, $700 towards principal. Payment 100, you're almost getting at equal, $573 towards principal, and 573 towards interest, 503 towards principal, but the mortgage payment stays the same. So 150, now you're paying more towards the principal, towards actually paying down the loan. And as you work your way up to closer to 300, you see more goes towards the principal, but the payment stays the same. And this is the sum of these two. And as you get to your 359th payment, you see that the majority of it goes towards the principal. So let's take this mortgage payment, put it in here. So this would be your payment with this mortgage, and a total of $1,658. And you can edit this chart. Anything in blue is an input, so you can actually, type in whatever you want. You can make this $300,000 and see how your mortgage changes. And anything in black is an output, and you cannot edit because it's formula driven. Okay, so let's do a quick familiarization with this. These models that I built out. So up top you can put the information regarding the actual home, the list price. This is the price that you're actually going to pay for the home, the total amount, the property taxes, and this is yearly, and the insurance, and this is yearly. And if it's a condo or a townhouse, there might be an HOA, and that's where you put this monthly. So there's two models that you can build out, and it's very dynamic. So you can change the down payment, you can change the length, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, and you can change the interest rate. Anything in blue you can change. It's an input. Everything in black is an output, and it's fixed or formula driven. So up here on the right, there's other resources. So if you want to check my work, online mortgage calculator. If you want to talk to a mortgage officer, click on here, buy a home. Or if you want to check your PMI rate, which we'll go into in a second. So we have a list price of $300,000. The down payment is 20%, so that means that 20% of $300,000 is $60,000, and that's your down payment. So you subtract that from the list price to get the actual mortgage. This is how much you will be financing. The bank normally likes 20% because that shows that you have skin in the game, and it can also cover fluctuations in value, and you're less likely to walk away from $60,000 than you are from $10,000 or $15,000. So that cranks out your principal and interest payment of $1,078, and your property taxes are the yearly divided by 12 to show the monthly, and the insurance is the 800 divided by 12 again, and it gives you a total payment of $1,644. Now let's say you put down 5% instead of 20%. The bank's going to require you to pay this thing called PMI. PMI is private mortgage insurance. It is basically an insurance in case there is a drop in value where you can't pay your mortgage because you didn't have as much skin in the game. You had $15,000 instead of $60,000. So they require you to pay this until you hit 20% equity, and then the private mortgage insurance should fall off. And it's generally calculated based on different factors like your credit score, the amount you put down, the interest rate, all that stuff. But for simplicity's sake, we calculated it as $55 for every $100,000 of the loan. So that's the PMI, the private mortgage insurance. So you can see that your payment's going to be higher by $202 because it's the loan is larger. It's $285 instead of $240. So your total payment jumps up to a little bit over $2,000. So let's play around and see what it looks like when you change the term. So we'll make this the same 20% down, but you make it a 15-year instead. So now you're paying more towards the principal and interest, probably more towards the principal, but your payment's going to jump up by $638. So your payment jumps up because you're paying off the loan quicker. And if you go down into advanced over here, if you're interested in the dynamics of it, you can actually see the principal and interest breakdown, and more is now going towards the principal. So the loan's paying off in half the time, so you're paying a lot more, but you're paying less towards the interest, and you're saving thousands of dollars of interest over the 15 years. So let's say your credit wasn't so great, and instead of 4.5 you had to pay, instead of 3.5 you had to pay 4.5, excuse me. So now that 1% raises your payments, everything else is the same, by $138 every month. And you're going to be paying more in interest. If you look over here in advanced, your interest payment on the first month is now $200 more. $200 more because of that 1%. So make sure you manage your credit score and make sure it's optimized before you even put in for a loan, because that 1% of interest is huge. So I hope this explains things, and if you guys want this, it's going to be in the notes. Feel free to play around and let me know what you think, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, and thank you very much for watching.